Hey everybody, so as promised, this is the second video of the 3 special videos I want to do for the Final Fantasy VII Remake theory breakdowns that I had. Like I said before, last night I was playing through hard mode, finishing the game again, and over the past week or so as I've been going back through and finishing it on stream, a couple of things have come to my attention and really made me realize like I had missed a whole lot of different clues and what's happening with characters in the stories. So we just did Sephiroth. We did that breakdown, what I thought was going on with him. The most important character in Final Fantasy VII, remake or otherwise, is Aerith Gainsborough. There's been a ton of theories out there about Aerith, and I'm throwing mine in the ring. Okay, I'm not saying anyone's wrong or whatever, but I feel very strongly about my theories when I put them out there. I don't put them out there if I'm wishy-washy on it. So I do believe I'm on the right path with this theory, okay? So we're going to break it down. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I will say, go ahead and subscribe, click the bell for all notifications. Y'all know the drill, y'all know how that goes. So you know when I got new videos coming up. I got a lot of new videos, plus I got my cloud theory coming after this video. So you'll want to check that out. You're definitely going to want to check that cloud theory out. Right from the start, Aerith is different. The way she's portrayed, Brianna White did a great job of portraying Aerith, and I'll be the first one to say that I didn't know, based on what I heard in some of the trailers, if I was going to dig her delivery on some lines, but she nailed it. She nailed it. She was great as Aerith. She's amazing, but she comes off as kooky. She comes off as a little kookier. The delivery that the actor portrays is a little bit kookier. And she knows stuff. Like, she knows a lot. And this has prompted a lot of people to say, oh, she's from another timeline, or oh, she's traveled through time, or something far-fetched like that. I don't believe that's the case at all. Ancients, the Cetra, can commune with the planet. They can commune with the lifestream. As I explained in the Sephiroth breakdown video, I believe there aren't numerous timelines running along each other. I don't think it's anything like that. I think we're talking about cyclical timeline. Cyclical time where it just loops itself over and over again. With that in mind, this video I'm going to go more in depth on what I think is going on with the live stream, because it has a lot to do with what's going on with Aerith. So the live stream, it is like a river of energy that flows through the planet, almost like magma that runs through the earth, right? We all know this, we all know that. But I think there's more to the live stream. I think it's like an ethereal, like omnipresent kind of thing, almost like a database for all the different times that reality has set and reset and reset. I think it keeps a log of all this stuff. So if you look at Final Fantasy VII Remake and you say this is the 20th or 30th time that everything has gone on a loop, right? It would stand to reason that there have been that many Aeriths, that there have been that many Sephiroths and Crisis for the Planet, that kind of thing. When you look at Aerith, she can commune with the planet. I do believe a former version of Aerith is communing with the current Aerith in the story. Not only that, several former Aeriths, some that have probably lost their identity within the live stream, some that are just conveying messages, and also the Cetra that are in the live stream are talking to her saying, look, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, Sephiroth is doing this stuff, you gotta, when you meet these people, you gotta talk to them, this is what's going to happen. So she has a lot of knowledge because of that, and it's overwhelming to her. She doesn't want anything to do with leaving Midgar. It's perfect. She knows when she gets out into the open world that she has a responsibility, that she has this high importance placed on her. And that's why she leans on Cloud so much. There were so many scenes in Remake with Aerith that were just amazing. Like the scene where she was a child, didn't have any friends, Tifa bails her out. Then it goes in depth in the specimen holding cell, when in chapter 17, when you're about to break out, and you're in the room that she pretty much grew up in Shinra Tower and Hojo's lab, and all the stuff she drew or whatever. I think there are a lot of clues in that drawing. If you go back and check it out, like you can see some summons. Like I think there's a phoenix in there. There's a few other things. And there's a lot of clues as to her upbringing. But the thing with Aerith in the current timeline is she knows, because of the live stream, everything that's happening, everything that's going to happen. And throughout the game, she is running from her duties, what she is meant for, because it's terrifying. She doesn't want anything to do with it. She just wants to be a flower vendor from the slums and hang out with her mom and friends, and that's it. She's a sweet girl, but she's got some sass, she's got some fire, which makes her perfect for the journey. I really think, looking at Aerith's character in Final Fantasy VII Remake, her connection to the live stream is potent. Like, it is more potent than the original Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. I feel like original Final Fantasy VII's Aerith is communing with her through the live stream. And not only that Aerith, but several other Aeriths that have come and gone, and that have probably given their life for the planet, but they have given their life in different ways in different places. I think it's going to be the same with this Aerith. I think she will give her life for the planet, but it may not be on the altar at the Temple of the Ancient, or the Forgotten City, Forgotten Capital. It might be somewhere else. And the thing is, people say all the time, well, she has to, or Holy can't do its thing. Here's the thing. If she had prayed for Holy there on the altar and not been killed, the game's over right there, because she summons Holy, and Meteor is wiped out, and Gaia is protected, and all that stuff happens, and Sephiroth is eviscerated, and Jenova is eviscerated, and all is well at the end of Disc 1. Your 15-hour gameplay experience. So she could summon Holy, and then Sephiroth and Jenova try and kill her later.
Ew.
Or Sephiroth knows that somehow killing Aerith sealed his fate, because Sephiroth and Aerith are connected to the live stream. Aerith knows Sephiroth. Sephiroth knows Aerith because of the live stream. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going along pretty much as it always did, except Chapter 2 has a longer, expanded escape scene or whatever, but it's going along largely as it always did until what moment? Until the moment you meet Aerith. That is when the game begins to change. Events begin to change. That's the same time that Sephiroth starts to try and intervene and change things. And then you meet Aerith, and then the game starts to kind of get off the track of the old game a little bit. You know what I mean? Different things start to happen, start to be different characters, all that kind of stuff. Different dialogue, different type of character interactions. And those are the two most important characters in the story, Sephiroth and Aerith. And the player meets them about the same time. And then that's when everything turns on its head. That scene in Chapter 2 when Sephiroth puts his hand on Aerith's shoulder and he kind of is in Cloud's mind. He's like, you can't save her, you can't save anybody. Cloud doesn't know what he's talking about yet. Cloud has no idea what Sephiroth is talking about yet. Can't save her, what are you talking about? He has no idea. But Sephiroth's already seen it. Sephiroth already knows the countless times he's probably killed Aerith, and how many times it's looped over, and how many times it didn't work. So now, he had a chance to kill Aerith. He had a chance to kill Aerith in President Shinra's office. And he didn't do it. He went after Barrett. Well, Genovaroth went after Barrett. So there's a lot in play with Sephiroth and Aerith, right? Okay, so that's one point with the two of them. The other point with the two of them, the end of the game, okay, when you're at the crossroads of destiny, right? And Sephiroth and Aerith are staring each other down. Aerith goes, "You're wrong," and that is such a cool, kick-ass scene, because that's like Genovaroth, right? That's not Whisper Novaroth. That's Genovaroth. You've got this confrontation between the two of them right there. You got this confrontation between Aerith and Sephiroth. And Sephiroth's just grinning. He knows he can't. He's gritting his teeth. This is his chance to kill her. You know, just go in and stab her. And he's just gritting his teeth. He's like, can't do it. He's got a couple of times to confront all of them and kill them when he's Whisper Novaroth in the final battle. You know, chance to kill Aerith right there. Doesn't do it. You know, instead he calls to Cloud. Why is he calling to Cloud? Why does he need Cloud's help? What might he need Cloud's help with this time? What did I just say Sephiroth can't do this time? Okay, so let's go back to the Shinra Tower, right? Okay, so when they're in Hojo's lab and, you know, Red 13 is talking about the Arbiters of Fate, the Whispers, and he knows so much about them. And he basically breaks it down. They're like, how do you know so much? And he basically is like, well, her calming me filled me in. Like when he was like all gritting his teeth and he's just full of rage and anger, and she heals him. Aerith in OG Final Fantasy VII couldn't do that. She couldn't do that. There are all these little quiet scenes where Aerith is just kind of like staring with like this sense of longing, you know, or like she knows something and she can't say it. The planet has told her all this stuff and she is dealing with it, but she knows how to do things and she also has knowledge of things that OG Aerith did not have and could not do. So Aerith is communing with the live stream. She is aware of all these things, but she is unsure that she can take on the responsibility and the mantle of this hero that she has to be. She doesn't know if she can do it, basically, because she also knows that every Aerith before her has died, that every one of her in this time loop has died, probably the same way. And every time leaving Midgar comes up, she is just terrified. Even in Crisis Core, okay? Even in Crisis Core, there is the scene between Zack and Aerith in the church. And she's talking about how much she hates the sky. How can I put this? It came off as like, okay, so this is the sequel to, this is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII, right? This came before Final Fantasy VII. But there's all this other stuff like going on or whatever. That is a different time loop. That's a different time loop, but that Aerith may have also been able to commune with the planet. That may not be OG Final Fantasy VII's prequel. That may be a different time loop. I don't think that is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake either. I think that is a different time loop. All these things are different time loops, but similar things happen. So the live stream is potent. It communicates with Aerith. It communes with her. It tells her all this stuff all the time. She can't turn it off. She can't sleep. She can't do anything. You know, she's up at all hours. She's coming to Cloud in his mind, in his dreams. And that is something else I want to talk with you all about Cloud. That'll be the next video, okay? But Aerith, the main things to take away from this, my theory is, and I feel like I'm barking up the right tree here, is because these are all everybody's stuff is all theories, right? Unless you're in the mind of Nojima or Kitase or Nomura or Hamaguchi or any of those guys, it's all theory and speculation. So, but I feel like I'm barking up the right tree. Aerith is super powerful already. She's already OP. She is already OP, right? But she can't handle it. She has a hard time handling it. She's shaky. She's all about protecting people and things she cares about and she loves. But as far as like she tries not to focus on the bigger picture of what's going on, because when she does, she gets quiet. She's unsure. No, she gave herself up to Shinra. You know, A, to help save Marlene, but B, I think also she was like, this is an out. Shinra will leave all these people alone if I just go with them, and it'll be all good. Don't come find me. You don't have to come find me. I'll be fine, right? You don't have to come find me. I'll be fine. So she doesn't have to face the responsibility of what she has to do. And that's not bad. That's just, you know, a young woman like I'm being called on to sacrifice my life to save the world. I don't know how I feel about that. That's human. That's understandable. That's good writing. That's good writing. It's great writing. And, you know, all the little tidbits with Marlene and Sephiroth and all these other encounters she has with people. She has abilities and she can do things that old Final Fantasy VII Aerith couldn't do, you know? Because I think through the live stream, like I said, that original Aerith that we all grew to love, you know, in OG Final Fantasy VII, and the Aeriths that came before that one and after that one, between this one or whatever, they are all talking to her. Maybe they're not saying, hey, I'm Aerith, but they are within the swell of the live stream, and it's all talking to her. It's all coming down on her, and it's all communicating with her. But anyway, that's what I think is going on with Aerith. I think in Game 2, Aerith is going to be super crucial. I think people are going to be looking for her. Shinra is going to be looking for her, absolutely. But I think you could have other people knowing about her. And I don't think Aerith is the only ancient. She is the most pure-blood ancient there is right now. For sure. Like everybody else out there might be a quarter or an eighth or even a 16th, and then it gets diluted and it doesn't count anymore. But Aerith is half ancient. I think there's at least another quarter ancient running around out there. And that other quarter ancient isn't too far away. Anyway, if you all dug that, thank you so much for checking out the video. I'm having a lot of fun doing these. Like I said, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Click the bell for all notifications, and you know the rest. You know how that goes. You've heard everybody tell you in their videos. So, also follow me on twitch.tv/Ray Kaufman. We will be streaming FF7 Remake tonight. And I've still got one video in this series to go. Here in a few hours, I'll be uploading it. And it is about Cloud Strife. And you don't want to miss that one. So, anyway, y'all have a great night. Keep rocking. I'll catch you on the next video. Until then, you all stay safe out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sickness and all kinds of stuff happening. So, y'all stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And I will catch you all in the next video. Later.